So hello gamers, there have been a ton of people asking me what the best low rank gun is. So today I thought I would make a top 10 list of the best low rank guns in the game. But before we get into it, make sure to like, because let's go for 1,000 likes, whatever. People say that at the beginning of their videos. I don't know, man. Other than that, please comment which one you think is the best before you watch the video, okay? Watch the video after you comment, because I want to know what people think is the best starter gun in the game, because my opinion is a little bit different from a lot of people's, I would say. Anyways, let's start off with the number 10, which is the intervention. The intervention is strange because you could put it a lot higher, and you could also not even put it on the list at all, depending on the skill level of the player. The reason this is number 10 is because although it's probably one of the best sniper rifles in the game, if not the best, it actually is pretty difficult to use, and with no attachments, it's kind of dookie, not gonna lie. The default handling is pretty bad, and you kind of need straight pull bolt, unlike some of the other sniper rifles in the game. And for a low rank player, it's not that great. But in terms of starter guns, 150 stud torso kill range, it doesn't even need any conversions, neither does it have any super great conversions. Shade tack is pretty good, but like, let's be real, the default gun is better than 375 shade tack. And yeah, overall, this is a really great gun. Even though it's gotten some nerfs, I still think it's my favorite sniper in the game. And even if it isn't my favorite, it's definitely up there. It's my highest kill sniper rifle. At number 9, we have the AK-12. AK-12 is a really strange gun because it has a reputation for being bad, but it's actually really good. But you have to be pretty good with it to be really good with it. And the iron sights and the overall handling default aren't really that great. They've kind of nerfed the hyperburst function of it, where you can get 1,000 RPM, so that's not really super great anymore. But the recoil of this gun and the overall stats are really good. Might be the best jack of all trades assault rifle in the entire game, except for maybe stuff like M16A3, C782. Those kind of outperform it in a couple of ways, but except for the kind of inconvenient iron sights at first, the fact that you can hit for 99 assist counts because it does 33 damage, other than that, it is really good. It's also the first gun you have equipped, which might make it the best starter gun because you can just press space and use it. You don't even gotta like go into your inventory to change it. It just performs pretty well overall. And it has super armor piercing, which is a pretty nice thing. So that's why it's actually popular among high ranks as well as low ranks. Although, you know, it's only popular among low ranks probably because you literally have it equipped when you start the game. At number 8, we actually have a shotgun, the Remington 870. Now, this is a rank 11 shotgun, so very early on. You literally get this in like your first day of playing, to be honest. And also, it's overall one of the best shotguns in the game. It's probably the best jack of all trades shotgun because it doesn't shoot slow, it doesn't have a small magazine, it doesn't have like slow handling, bad damage, bad spread. Like, there's literally nothing bad about this gun. It's just really good at everything. And even with some of the shotgun nerfs, and this one got hit pretty hard by that, it's still probably the best shotgun overall speaking in the entire game. And at rank 11, that is not bad at all. You see this among a lot of low rank players, and they generally don't really do too great with it, so that's why it's not going very high on the list. At number 7, we have the AUG A1. The AUG A1 is ranked 20, so it's not super low rank. However, this thing just has super crazy accuracy. Not the best damage, not the best RPM, but pretty decent in both those categories, and kind of, when you think about it, better than the AK-12, because AK-12 no longer has the hyperburst, so this has slightly less RPM, but just beams. It literally has no recoil at all. I'm using 223 because I got this set up on stream. You don't even gotta use 223, although 223 is actually pretty good since it's a 4-5, and it's a 4-5 with 223, and as you can see, it is very accurate. But yeah, if you want a no recoil gun, this is really great. The reason it's not really going super high is, first off, kind of need a little bit of attachments like a compensator to make it super no recoil, and there's a massive problem of the default scope sucks. It's really bad. Although the iron sights are fine, but you kind of need a sight. And if you're low rank and you're having trouble getting those initial kills, this will be kind of annoying. But at the point you get to rank 20, hopefully you know how to get a couple of kills on a gun and get like Z point at least, because with Z point it's not too bad. This thing has pretty good velocity, extremely powerful recoil because it just beams, dude. Now, at number 6, we have the AS Val. The AS Val is not super popular anymore for high ranks and just people in general. But if making an alt and ranking it up taught me one single thing, it's that the AS Val is still really good. Yeah, it has a little bit less RPM, a little bit more recoil, but it's still kind of a beam. 3-hit kill up close, 800 RPM. This thing is really great overall. And yeah, it has a couple of small downsides, a little bit of kick, kind of low velocity, default 20 round mag, although the 20 round mag is not a huge problem to me. But yeah, if you have a problem with, you know, dumping an entire mag, maybe buy extended mag. But this gun is just so overall great. It beams people, great 3-hit kill range, pretty good handling, you know, especially without the extended mag. And as you can see there, 257 studs, and I just beam. This gun is really great. The problem with it is that as it doesn't have a default extended mag and a default 30 round mag, and the 30 round mag has like 90 reserve ammo, and it costs like 1,000 credits to pre-buy the extended magazine, that's overall a huge downside to the gun. You also might want to buy full stock, although I don't really use full stock on it, not gonna lie. So yeah, that's the big problem. It might need a couple of attachments. The iron sights and everything are good. I didn't really have a problem with not having to buy any attachments, but if you have a problem with 20 round magazine guns, this might not be for you. Although overall, really great gun. Now, number 5, we have the AN94. The biggest problem with this is, of course, the iron sights, but it has super armor piercing and it has no recoil. It doesn't matter what setup you put on this thing, it has no recoil, except maybe 7.62. With the default ammo, this thing has no recoil at all. It is a laser beam. The big problem is, of course, that the iron sights kind of suck, but other than that, this thing is so good for low ranks and high ranks. You might need to get like a Z point on it, or maybe pre-buy an optic. It is rank 10, so maybe by the time you hit rank 10, like save up and then pre-buy like Delta sight or something on this thing. But yeah, as you can see, it literally beams people from any range. Kind of ridiculous. I don't know why it has so little recoil, but they just decided, hey, we'll make the AN94 just the most accurate laser beam you've ever seen. I should probably mention 7.62 gives it a 30 round mag still. It used to have a 20 round mag, but now it has a 30 round mag still. 2-shot burst here, and it 2 shots head and 3 shots body and 5 hit kills all ranges. It already could almost 4 hit kill all ranges, so it loses a little bit of min damage, but this conversion is really good. The problem is it is kind of expensive, so that's why I don't really recommend, you know, this for low ranks, but it's still. Number 4, we have the Scar L. The Scar L might be, depending on who you ask, the best starter gun in the entire game because of a couple reasons. First off, it's a laser beam. Second off, it's a 4 hit kill all ranges. And third off, it has pretty low RPM and pretty good default irons and no burst, which makes it pretty nice for low ranks because you don't have to deal with all the downsides to the A94, but get a pretty similar gun with a faster full auto fire rate, only slightly though. It's not as much of a beam as the A94, but it has some really nice upsides such as 4 hit kill all ranges, no downside from using armor piercing, and finally the 9mm conversion, which we will get into in just a second because that thing is baller. But yeah, the default gun, like, it's the Fortnite gun, and if you're like 8 years old and you just started playing this game, maybe you're like, wow, Fortnite, I love Fortnite, let me use the Scar from Fortnite. And despite that reputation, it's actually like a really solid gun, one of the best overall assault rifles in the game. You don't got to deal with any of the downsides of the G36 or the L85, but you get some of the same upsides. But yeah, 9mm, this will lower your min damage to 20 and increase your fire rate by 100 and give you a 3 hit kill to 60 studs. Basically makes it a laser beam, even more of a laser beam, but it can 3 hit kill up close, and it has faster fire rate and a bigger magazine. If you want like kind of an AS-Val type thing, but it's just like a laser beam and has a big magazine by default, this is extremely powerful. Better than the AUG A1 para. If I didn't mention 9mm on the AUG A1 is because this is literally just better. Don't tell anybody, but this is just better in every way. It's literally like better in every way. It has more RPM, better 3 hit kill range, 5 hit kill all ranges, better recoil, better capacity, better reserve ammo. Use this conversion. It's really busted. I thought the Scar Hammer 9mm was the best, but honestly, this might be the best one in the game. And it's rank 16, very low rank gun. Get that in like 1 or 2 days, depending on your skill level. It's just a really solid gun. 100% knew was coming. It's the M4A1. The M4A1 has a few conversions, which are cool. It's got 25-45, it's got 7.62, really fast reload time, 3 hit kill up close, really low recoil. It has a full stock. Irons are not great, but the default recoil is really nice. And a lot of people who smurf or just like are high rank and want a starter gun, they use the M4A1 because the M4A1 is so overall amazing at basically everything it does. The problem with it is, of course, the min damage and velocity is not too great, and it doesn't have a ton of damage. Of the starter guns, this is maybe the best one in the entire game, depending on who you ask. Kind of outperforms Scar L 9mm because it has faster RPM, but I mean, Scar L 9mm is better, let's be real. However, this is rank 0, so if you're a real starter and you can't buy conversion like you could with Scar L 9mm, this is really up there, and the reload time is so fast that if you never want to use a secondary ever because you're like, I hate secondaries, I have like the M9 right now, why would I ever use the M9? You don't got to switch to your secondary because you reload in 1.8 seconds. Number 2, we have the Colt LMG. The Colt LMG has default alt aim, so you can just not even use the sight at all. 60 round magazine, crazy 3 hit kill range, 5 hit kill ranges, high velocity, fast reload for 60 bullets, 180 reserve. You might be wondering what beats this gun out. I have one single gun that I actually prefer over. That is, of course, the MP7. I'm just kidding. It is the MP5K/10. This conversion did get a nerf, and you have to buy the conversion, which is kind of annoying. It's not super expensive, and the default gun is really good, but you know, you gotta use the conversion. But the thing about this is that it is so fast, and it just obliterates everybody, and it's rank 0. Like, this gun, first off, look at the walk speed. Look at how fast I can walk with this thing. Second off, look at the time to kill. Look at how it eviscerates everything in sight. This gun is so busted. And you might be thinking, well, you have AMT Terminator. That probably makes the recoil look lower. It actually has default alt aim as well, and yeah, AMT Terminator is nice, but you got default alt aim, you can get 10 mil, and you kind of got to get 10 mil for this to be great. Maybe I'm a little biased because I have a ton of kills on this gun, because I really like it. It's actually kind of better than the Colt SMG in a lot of ways. Overall, this gun is extremely powerful, and if you want to rank up really fast, just queue for Metro, and then pull out this gun and obliterate everybody, and just run around getting a ton of kills. If you really wanted to say Colt LMG better, fair enough, I guess. You don't got to pre-buy a conversion for Colt LMG, but in my opinion, MP5K10 is the best starter gun in the game. But let me know which one you guys think is the best. I mean, MP5K10, you can't argue that this thing is not really extremely powerful. But anyways, gamers, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and sub, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.